Steve Bowers and
Cassandra Fuller.
welcoming you to this virtual Six in the City. We've been virtual, I guess, for just about a year, right?
Yes, we have.
Kind of got where you got the hang to it, and you figured out how to sit outside. That's pretty
I
good.
know. I'm so glad it's not covered in snow out here. So
Yeah,
actually, gonna change of scenery and take it
just
outside.
a few weeks ago. Yes, that's
I
exactly. I
know.
forgot about that. We got
Yeah.
a full show. This is a full show.
We do have a full show, a lot of important guests today. We've got Matt Marshall with United Way, and then we also have Hannah Snowden with Madison County CASA. They're going to be with us for a couple of segments because they've got some pretty important information to tell us about, and there's a great event. And then also Linda Davis with Kingdom Seekers International Church is going to be here because it is time for their Interfaith 5K. It's coming up April the 24th. So we're looking forward to actually having a run in person. We're going to talk.
I knew we get the COVID down, get the weather warm, people are going to want to start running again.
That's exactly. And speaking of running
Speaking of running,
our next segment has Danny Crossit in it. He's with Fleet Feet Jackson, but he's actually going to be here to talk about the Andrew Jackson Marathon. It's coming up the first Saturday in April. It's going to be in person. So we're super excited about that one as well. Okay. And then Leanne Bentley is going to be here with us. She is actually on the Bicentennial Commission committee. Okay. They have launched a release of their branding and of their events that are going to be coming up for this year-long celebration. So we're going to be excited to hear from Leanne and talk about all the events that are going to happen. And then our music today is from Dylan Crabb. So we've got a full show lined up for you. Lots of guests, lots of events that are starting to get kicked back up again.
All right. All that to say right where you are. That's all coming up on this Six in the City.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
As we all take care and precautions, practicing social distancing with more time at home, we may find ourselves using more broadband too, relying on internet, television, and telephone services to stay connected to work, school, and family. JA is working hard to keep our customers, employees, and families safe while bringing vital services during this time. Keeping you connected to the essential broadband services Jackson's homes and businesses depend on is one thing you can count on at JEA today.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to Six in the City. They have told me not to move. The camera's in focus. Don't move.
And that's impossible for Steve Bowers.
That's going to be a challenge.
It is.
One note, we have special guests. One note, the health department is announcing today that if you're 55 and up in Madison County, you can get a vaccine, schedule your vaccine. And then they're expanding to communication workers and others that have interaction with the public. But have we got to you yet, Fuller? Or
no, not yet.
See, Matt, I knew she was going to say that. She said, I can't go to 35 and up.
That's right.
So, Matt Marshall and Hannah Snowden are with us. And Hannah works with the CASA program in our city and county. And Matt Marshall, of course, heads the United Way, which serves the conglomerate of counties in West Tennessee and all those other things. But they are here for a special purpose. We got a movie that is coming up. So folks, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so a number of community agencies, United Way of West Tennessee and Madison County CASA, as well as the City of Jackson Anti-Poverty Task Force, RAP, other community organizations have gotten together to do a virtual showing of a film called Resilience. Resilience first debuted at the Sundance Film Festival in 2016, and it's an hour-long documentary that looks at adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, and the effect that ACEs and toxic stress have on children, but also the effect they have on children as they grow. The effect that toxic stress has on people has been shown scientifically to impact their physical health. They're more likely to get chronic diseases, their mental health, as well as their likelihood to abuse substances or be incarcerated. So what we're really looking at is how our experiences as children affect us as we grow. But the really exciting thing in all of this is that science is also showing us ways we can mitigate the effects of toxic stress through the building of resilience in children. And the film really looks at all that whole picture, really. And so before the pandemic, the United Way, Madison County CASA, a number of organizations, RAP, had planned to do an in-person live event at the NED, where we showed this film. And then the pandemic happened. So we had to take a step back. But then earlier this year, we got to talking and we felt like this is an important topic and conversation we need to bring to our community. And so we're doing a virtual showing of the film on Tuesday, March 30th at 7 p.m. There's a link on the Facebook event page that will take you directly into the showing on that date. So we're really excited about the possibility to get this conversation started.
Hannah, who are you looking to target for this? I mean, who is
really anyone who's interested. One of the things we know about ACEs and building resilience in children is that it only takes one committed adult in a child's life who can be a turnaround. So anyone who's interested in learning about ACEs, about adverse childhood experiences, about the effect that has on us, on our children, on our community as a whole, is welcome. We don't have a cap for the number of people who can join us to view the film. And so anyone who's interested, if you work with children, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, if you're a concerned citizen, we want you to participate.
Anybody and everybody. Is there a fee?
No, it's completely free.
So how do I link up with this again, Hannah? I go to a Facebook.
Yeah, so there's on Facebook, there's an event page for the Resilience showing. I believe United Way of West Tennessee posted that, correct, Matt? Yeah, and so there's a link to the film that you just click on it. It'll take you to the site on the date, and you can join us.
This is coming up the 30th of this month. We're going to come back. We're going to find out more about this as we continue. Matt Marshall is with us, and Hannah Snowden, and this is Six in the City.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. coronavirus.gov.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We're talking with Matt Marshall of the United Way and Hannah Snowden with us with CASA about the showing of resilience that is scheduled Tuesday, March the 30th, 7 p.m. It's going to be on Facebook, and the resilience showing in Jackson is there. We're pursuing other options. Hannah, you were talking about stress, and I understand about stress, but this is toxic stress in children. What is toxic stress? And in children, is this accumulation, or is it a single incident, or both? What's going on here?
Yes. So yes to all of
All,
it.
okay.
Missed all of it.
So toxic stress is stress that's not healthy in our body, right? Stress that's brought on by a number of things. It could be anything from physical abuse, sexual abuse, substance abuse in parents, or the death of a loved one. So something that's ongoing or a one-time event. And what science has showed is that when children, especially children, experience these things, they release an overabundance of hormones that are ultimately unhealthy for their bodies. Their bodies don't learn to regulate those hormones. So yes, all of the above.
Okay. Matt, you talked about the United Way being involved in procuring the rights to show this. So what piqued your interest in this, or got you interested in this?
Yeah, so here at United Way, we care a whole lot about health and education primarily. And so, this very much fits within the parameters of the things that we want to educate the community about. And so, through my serving on the Anti-Poverty Task Force for the City of Jackson, but also in other roles in the community, as Hannah mentioned, really over a year ago, we had begun having this conversation and really felt the need to get this film out to the public so more people could learn. And so, from United Way's perspective, it just kind of was a no-brainer that we would want to partner on this.
What do you hope to see if we become aware of this? And I had not heard the term toxic stress or whatever, or it's affecting children. What do you want to see happening as a result of that?
So there's a number of initiatives that are kind of already underway that kind of deal with this issue. And so for the most part, all of our educators in the school system have been trained on ACEs. And there are many of our police department officers and deputies and others who are also being trained on ACEs now. And so this is such a huge problem, not just in Madison County and Tennessee, but all across the nation. And so that's something that we've realized. And so how can we go about, as Hannah mentioned earlier, how can we go about mitigating some of this trauma? And so to put it this way, all of us face trauma in our life at some point or another. But for those of us who have positive reinforcements, we're able to mitigate or overcome that trauma. But there are several, children in particular who may not have those same type of positive reinforcement. And so we want to help educate the community about that, and us as a community become those positive reinforcements that our children need.
You look for that then to show up in outcomes in education, I guess, criminal justice, juvenile justice, all these things.
Absolutely. So we're working on an initiative right now called Handle with Care. And so I just had a meeting yesterday about that with some state officials who are working on that project. And our goal is to, when a police officer encounters a child at a scene that the police officer has been called to, that they will take down that child's name and the school that they go to. And by the time the bell rings the next day, they would have notified the school with simply, no private information, just the name of the child and the words, handle with care. So imagine how many times a child has gone to school and has maybe acted out or got in trouble, but no one knew that they had faced trauma the night before. And so that is a type of example of the types of changes that we could make positively to be able to help the kids in our community.
Okay. So the showing of resilience then, that is March the 30th, 7 p.m. with Facebook, and you go to the events page, right hand on Facebook, and link up there.
Yes.
And then we follow that up, I guess, in this community with, as you say, other initiatives predicated on more and more people getting this information. That's right. We're going to explore the possibility of maybe sharing that on E+ TV6 too. So I hope that can be worked out, Matt. By the way, Matt has done a dialogue with us concerning the work of the Anti-Poverty Task Force. So be checking that at E+ TV6 as well. It's good to see you both.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Appreciate what you're doing and appreciate taking this step. And it will be interesting to see what happens. as a result of this, but and there are many other coordinated efforts that are underway. Thanks a lot for this time. We're pleased to have this young man with us. He's our featured performer today. Laura and I have worked with him before, and he's been part of the telethons and everything else. And so we're going to turn the center stage over to Mr. Dylan Crabb.
I was lost in my own head. So I just want to thank you for leaving me and know that I can read instead. Hey, 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 'cause I was drunk. Now I can't remember what you said. Oh yeah, how I've cursed my soul and racked my brain. I hope these words you left me read the same. Hey, hey, for many moons I've worried over you, but you've had no idea, and you don't care. For many moons, wasted gas, I would run my horse into the ground all night long, just to lay my bones down in your arms. We can shed our heavy tears until the dawn, and I'll be gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For many moons I've worried over you, but you've had no idea, and you don't care. For many moons I sat and watched it move, and imagined to myself that you're looking at it too. For many moons, for many moons I've worried over you, but you've had no idea, and you don't care. For many moons I've sat and watched it wane, and it reminds me of the circumstances I won't ever change. For many moons, yeah.
The SOAR Award, System Operational Achievement Recognition, presented by the American Public Gas Association, recognizes forward-thinking natural gas utilities that continually improve operation capabilities, adapt to challenges, and the changing demands of safe, reliable natural gas distribution. In 2019, the APGA Gold SOAR Award was presented to the Natural Gas Division of JEA. System integrity, forward-thinking innovation, all a real part of JEA today.
At Southern Family Dentistry, we offer dental treatment for your entire family. We have the latest 3D digital x-ray system. We offer implants, veneers, teeth whitening, and all the other normal services you receive at the dental office. We have 2 offices, one in Milan and one in Jackson, and E+ broadband telephone services allows us to connect both of those offices. It doesn't matter which office the patient calls, we have the ability to speak to that patient at either location.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to 6 in the City. Cassandra, as you see, is outside, and so we're hearing birds.
That's right. It's a sign of spring.
Sign of spring. All right, so do not adjust your set. The bird sounds are real.
That's exactly right. And there is a good thing we don't have smell-o-vision because our neighbors have some Bradford pear trees, and those things stink so bad. They're beautiful trees, but they're
beautiful trees.
So bad. Ooh.
Linda Davis is with us. Linda, you have been coming on this show how many years now?
This will be the fourth.
Fourth year.
It seems like just yesterday, but
yeah, I know it's a rite of spring, and she's always here to talk about the Interfaith 5K, which she is again, and we're talking about running. And I tell her every year I'm thinking about internet race. I keep thinking and thinking and thinking.
The key word there is thinking.
Right.
Thinking.
But it is really good to see you. The Interfaith 5K is coming up April the 24th. What time are we going to start?
It starts at 8:00 a.m. sharp over at Kingdom Seekers Church, 527 Wallace Road.
On Wallace Road, Kingdom Seekers Church. This is done for what reason? This church has been doing this for the last several years. For what reason?
The premier objective is to help our community, our church members, our friends, our neighbors, to have the healthy living top of mind. And of course, being active is one facet of that. So it's a three-tier objective to be a significant part of the community in terms of supporting healthy living, to develop new partnerships with other organizations with like-mindedness, such as RIFA and RAP, which we support annually with a portion of the proceeds. And then the greater region, Jackson, Memphis, throughout Tennessee, just partnering with others to help support healthy living lifestyles and choices.
Okay.
So Ms. Linda, where do we need to go to register for the 5K?
Raceroster.com. And once you get there, just type in KSI, type in Jackson, type in April 24th. Either of those will get you to our race.
And what's the registration fee for us?
This year, the registration is $28 up until March 25th, and then it'll go to $30. And then on the day of the race, it's $33. So if you want to take advantage of the discount, you would do it like Esther.
Go ahead and do it. That's right.
Yes.
And that's Race Roster, is that right? Race Roster?
Race Roster, yes.
.com. All right, so you register there. Well, tell us about the Kingdom Seekers Church.
Kingdom Seekers Church is a spirit-filled church. It's led by Larry and Teresa Robinson as our senior pastors. We've been here for over 15 years. We love the Lord. We love our friends. We love our neighbors. And we're open to any and all. And we're just embracing our community and trying to make a significant positive impact in the lives of individuals, both spiritually and naturally. And we've been doing a phenomenal job.
Okay. What time are services? They're on Sundays, is that right?
We start at 10 a.m. on Sundays at Kingdom Seekers, and our sister church, Cane Creek, starts at 8 a.m. So you have two options.
Two options. All right.
Yes.
And once again, that address is?
Say that again.
Your address for the church is?
It's 527 Wallace Road.
Wallace Road. Okay.
Yes.
Important for a couple of things because the run is going to be held there as well.
That's right.
The run is going to launch at 8 o'clock on the 24th.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's registration will go through 7 a.m. You can register as late as 7 a.m.
As late as 7, all right. And what's our route the 5K?
We're going to take off headed up Wallace Road and just run through the community and back around up Max Lane for those who are familiar with the area, and then just basically make a big circle of you. We will have copies of the race route available for avid runners such as yourself. So you can actually see the route this year. We will have them on the registration page.
I'm sure you've thrown in some hills there, huh?
At least 2 that I know of.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Fuller's like a golf pro. She has those trajectory things to calculate how much speed she's going to have.
Oh, no.
Get up and down and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
I just try to make it up the hill. That's all it's all about, getting up the hill. And then once you get
Well,
to
the
the hill,
good
you go down.
It feels wonderful coming down the hill in my
That's
experience.
right. That's the bonus for going up the hill
Right.
from down the hill. So
Well, it is the Interfaith 5K, the Kingdom Seekers Church, and that will be April the 24th at 8:00. Register. Prior to that, go to raceroster.com.
Yeah,
Lynn, it's always good to see you.
that's right. To get the discount, Miss Linda, we have to register by March the
25th. It changes on the
25th,
25th.
25th. All
And
right.
a shout out to Allegra Printing and to All Star Moving Company, our sponsors. We're delighted to have those who've been in the race plans with us from the outset.
Right.
So thank
All
you.
right, perfect.
Linda, always good to see you.
Thanks so much, Miss
Continue
Linda.
fast.
Thank you for having me.
Good Lord willing, we'll try to see you next year.
All righty.
We're
Thank you.
going back to the main stage, and we welcome once again. This is original material from Mr. Dylan Crabb.
I realize how far I've come when I saw your face. It was warm, more warm than mine, but your expression hadn't changed since the last time that I had my hands wrapped in yours. Back when we were pretty sure we'd never grow apart. Back when you brought me to my knees and had me begging, please. It's funny how things change. We made our stand, we had a plan, but we couldn't keep up with each other. We were out of line, saying we were fine. For a while I couldn't keep you out my mind, 'cause I was thinking about when my hands were wrapped in yours. Back when we were pretty sure we'd never grow apart. Back when you brought me to my knees and had me begging, please. It's funny how things change. Oh, it's funny how things change. You said you needed time to yourself and no one else. But now you lay in bed with another man. I'm the one on your mind, yeah. And you're thinking about when my hands were wrapped in yours. Back when you were pretty sure we'd never grow apart. Back when you brought me to my knees and had me begging, please. It's funny how things change. Oh, it's funny how things change. It's still funny how things change.
We are in an opioid crisis. More and more of our neighbors are dying from opioid overdoses. More than 1,300 Tennesseans in 2018 alone. You have the power to reverse this deadly trend. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, Jackson Madison Prevention Coalition is now offering free Narcan training online and by phone. Narcan reversal kits are available. Contact Mark Mason at 731-694-0741. That's 731-694-0741. Don't let your loved one become a statistic.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
Hi, I'm Kedrick Perkins, PGA General Manager at Jackson Country Club. Jackson Country Club's amenities are true Southern hospitality. Championship golf course, fine dining, 6 tennis courts, Junior Olympic pool and fitness. We pride ourselves in giving our members the best. Choosing JEA was a logical choice so that we could tie in our phone, internet, and cable solutions so that we can advance our next segment of technology.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Danny Crossett's with us, and he said everybody has been to his place to buy shoes during the pandemic except me.
That's right.
And I said, well, my running shoes from 14 years ago are still in very good shape.
This city's running wide open.
Yeah. And Danny Crossett is with us. We're here to talk about the Andrew Jackson Marathon, which is the longest continuing running marathon in the state of Tennessee. It is coming up Saturday, April the 3rd, Easter weekend, and we're going to be looking for volunteers. And of course, this week or yesterday, Mark, we do the show on the 16th, the 15th of March was the 264th anniversary, is that right, of Andrew Jackson's birth?
Of his birth, that's right.
And that's the person for whom our city is named.
That's right.
We're talking about the Bicentennial coming up in just a few minutes, so we got all kinds of ties in here today. Danny, good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here. And it's good to have a chance to talk about the 49th running of the Andrew Jackson Marathon.
Wow, 49. What got this thing started?
What's that?
What got it started?
It was a group of the running club got it started. They've run different routes. They ran back when the bypass was being built up and down that everywhere.
And started as a celebration of, I can't remember, there was something.
It was
Centennial, that's right. Yeah, the Centennial celebration.
Right. All right, so it started. So here we are. We're heading in, and so next year will be the 50th year.
That's right, the
big Bicentennial.
That's exactly right. We'll be celebrating.
Well, what do we need to know, Danny?
Well, we need to know we're going to run on Saturday, April the 3rd. We need a lot of volunteers. We need this community to support it. We have people coming in from all over the United States. And with everything the way it is, the volunteers seem a little shy this year. We've cut back on the water stops, so we don't need hardly as many, but we're really, we need twice as many as we have right now for sure. And we need people to come help and put on a good show so this thing can keep growing. And we'll get to celebrate 100 years here in 51 more.
But it's not a hard job to volunteer. You can pick your place where you want to volunteer. You can be at the finish line. You can be a road guard. You can be wherever you want. And it's a good opportunity to see some pretty fantastic runners. We've got runners that come in from all over because this is a Boston Marathon qualifier. So you got these elite runners that come in and want to qualify for Boston, and this gives them an opportunity.
So if I volunteer, what is the time commitment, Danny or Cassandra? How long will I be there? What time do I need to be there? And how long will the day go on?
It depends. We can use, we'll take anybody at any time of the day there because we'll be working from 5:30 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and any help we can get, we really appreciate. We can use you at different spots at different times. And if you want to volunteer, just Google Andrew Jackson Marathon 2021. It'll take you to where our site is, and there's a volunteer tag on that, and you can just sign up. And and pick, and it has the options on there of where you want to work and what time you want to work.
And times and everything. So yeah, you can, it's on raceroster.com. So
okay. Now is this, of course, is full marathon? Is there a half marathon? Are there other runs going on that day?
Yeah, it's a half marathon and a full marathon. The loop is a half marathon loop, and you do it twice for the marathon. So, you know, if you get tired, you can just quit halfway, or you can just sign up for halfway, however you feel like doing it. So.
See, Steve, you can sign up for the half marathon and then, you know, decide you don't want, I mean, the full marathon, then decide you don't want to do the full, you can just do the half.
So you can walk around the block and come through.
I was going to say, I think Steve made the courthouse loop, and that was about as far as he got. Now this is going to be done downtown this year. Is that right?
It's downtown, and it's down there right at the farmers market, and all of our proceeds benefit the Carl Perkins Prevention of Child Abuse Center. And also we ask that our runners and our volunteers been doing a little bear hunting here.
Okay.
Bring teddy bears with them. And we also, with the money that we raise, we give to the center, and then we give the teddy bears so that the children can use those whenever they're in those
abuse situations. Wow. Well, it's the 49th running of the Andrew Jackson Marathon. And once again, Danny, if you want to volunteer, you go where?
You can go to raceroster.com and search for it, or you can just Google Andrew Jackson Marathon 2021, and it'll take you right to it. And there's a little tab right on the left said volunteers, and click on it.
Easy enough.
You're looking very dapper, my friend, and congratulations on a new grandbaby as well.
Thank you. And we'll give you a free T-shirt and a free lunch if you want, if you come help.
Let's volunteer and make it happen. Welcome people to Jackson, Tennessee. Danny, thank you a lot.
There you go, Steve. That's how you can participate.
There you go.
You didn't have to run.
Were you in the marathon? I sure was. All day.
That's
all
right.
day. We're going to find out about the Bicentennial. We'll do that next as we continue this Six in the City.
Here at the Emergency Operations Center, we rely on E+ broadband fiber network to better serve Madison County. With high-speed internet, we track storms and natural disasters in real time. Also, fiber internet gives us the speed to host training classes preparing responders from all over the county and state. The phone system allows us flexibility to stay in contact and make conference calls with both in and out of the office with local, state, and federal agencies. Connectivity is an important part of emergency management.
Want to receive account information via text? When you enroll in JA Alerts, you can. Text to get a bill balance, due date, set a payment extension, receive an outage notification, reply to report an electric outage. Text JOIN, J-O-I-N, text JOIN to 53248, 53248. Cell phone number must be current and attached to your JA account. Visit jaxenergy.com/textalerts for more information.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV Everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
Steve Bowers and Cassandra Fuller welcoming you back to Six in the City. So Danny Cross had informed us about the history of the Andrew Jackson Marathon that started during the sesquicentennial of this city, 49 years ago, 50th anniversary coming up next year. Leanne Bentley is with us to talk about the Bicentennial of Madison County and Jackson, Tennessee, which will start, Leanne, this August. Is that right?
This August, yes. So a year-long celebration because the Madison County started in 1820, and then the Jackson was 1822. So we're combining both bicentennials and having a Jackson Madison County bicentennial.
Okay.
Just gonna go big, go all year.
Absolutely, that's the only way we know how to do it, right?
When you got that many years, you got to celebrate.
The Bicentennial Committee has been formed. Elaine Christian is chairing this event this year. So, Leanne, what is going to be involved in this celebration?
There is quite a lot involved. We have multiple committees. I think we have already 100 people volunteering on different committees because there's, the committee for events, for fundraising, for history, for education, for the time capsule. There's just so much going on, and every part of the community or the community from different areas of Madison County are all involved. It's not just, Jackson, the city. So it's a whole community-wide thing, all of Madison County. So it's a year-long celebration starting in August, and it will culminate the following August in a big celebration at the ballpark.
Now, you guys just recently released your branding and your event calendar. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we've just launched a partial amendment of our calendar. I can kind of go through a few things on our calendar. We're going to launch August 14th. We're going to have a big birthday bash, so please mark your calendars. It'll kind of kickstart the bicentennial year. We'll be at the AMP, kind of the farmers market area, so that'll be lots of fun. And then November 13th, that's actually when we're going to celebrate in the Madison County birthday, the 200th birthday. We'll have something at the NED for that one. In June of 2022, we'll be unveiling the City of Jackson time capsule. Many people may not have realized, but we had a time capsule from 1972, and it is buried in Muse Park. So we'll be unveiling that, but don't worry, we'll be doing another one for the future. August 12th, we're going to have a 200 voice choir that'll be held at the Civic Center. And then we're going to wrap up all of the celebration, the annual celebration, with a big bicentennial parade and concert, an unveiling of a city park, the new time capsule, and just music festival, and it'll be a great, huge event. We'll be excited about.
Just lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on. Very exciting.
So that last event, then the parade and all will be in August as well, right?
It'll be in August 13th, and we're hoping to have that at the ballpark.
At the ballpark.
And the voice choir at the Civic Center.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, and I would assume a lot of other activities and themed activities going on between this.
There is going to be lots of activities throughout the whole year. And one great thing that we're very excited about is so many different organizations want to be a part of this. They know it's a big event, a big celebration for the year. So they're incorporating different bicentennial aspects throughout the year in their events that they're already having. So we're kind of being able to, partner with and utilize different organizations here locally. The great thing is for the whole year, we're having different themes. So we're kind of encapsulating the monthly themes, like there's a music and heritage theme, an arts and culture theme. We have patriotism and veterans, politics and government, architecture, athletes. So it goes on, but every month we'll have a kind of a theme that we'll kind of work on to make sure that we're celebrating all the different aspects in the culture and history of our community. And then also looking ahead.
Okay.
So Leanne, will there be a website that people can go to find out all this information?
There is a website. It is currently under development, but it's going to be jacksonmadison200.com. Same thing for the Facebook page. It'll be at Jackson Madison 200. Those have not quite launched yet, but we'll be launching them very soon. The Facebook page and Instagram will probably be up first, possibly as soon as this week or next week. So look for those. So anything you have on that, we can keep track for and keep the information. We'll also be looking at having a public forum for input. We want to have that sometime, possibly in April, because this is our community event. It is not just about the committee and different volunteers being together. It is everybody's event. So we're wanting the input from the committee. We will have forums on the website, through social media, and then possibly a public forum as well. So we can share people's ideas, make sure that when August comes around and we're launching this whole celebration, that everybody's part of it, everybody celebrates with us and feels a part of the community as a whole.
Leanne Bentley is with us. She's part of the Bicentennial Committee. The Bicentennial will start this August. We'll come back and continue this conversation at E+TV6. Right now, we're going to go to the main stage. We welcome once again the very talented Dylan Crabb.
Well, the days may run together and I might sleep too much, but it ain't because I'm dying, I'm just tired of giving up. Well, my eyes are matted together and I can't see the point, but it doesn't make me sad, just lets me know I still got miles to go. Can't remember how I got here, decades in a flash, but I know I don't regret anything, 'cause I still hear you laugh. Sometimes my mind starts rambling and I bang my head to scars, but I feel the touch of your loving hand and it reminds me who you are, and I know you're not too far. Me down when I could have hurt myself, and not once did I say thank you. I took you for granted, made you bear my burden. From where I'm standing now, I was an entirely different person. You were hanging from a tree, that's where we gave ourselves for me. Had to trade your soul to save my own, 'cause nothing ever comes free. Yeah, nothing ever comes free. Baby, you held me down when I could have hurt myself, and not once did I say thank you. Baby, you held me down when I could have hurt myself, and not once did I say thank you. I'll say thank you to you now.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control.
Need to check your bill balance? Set a payment extension. Get outage notifications. With JEA, it's easy. Text. When you enroll in JEA alerts, you open all those possibilities. To enroll, text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 53248. Text JOIN to 53248. If your cell phone number is current, two-way texting is yours. Real-time communication, direct customer service with JEA today.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ Broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Steve Bowers, Cassandra Fuller with you. We'll have more from Dylan Crabb before we get away today. We're continuing our conversation with Leanne Bentley, who's on the Bicentennial Committee of the Bicentennial for Madison County, which is underway this year, and the city of Jackson next year, celebrating their 200th birthdays, and an important historic transition time for us. A lot of activities. If you just want us to catch us on replay and pick up the many, many different things that are happening out there. Now, I take it, Leanne, there's going to need to be money to help fund all this, and we got a lot of big plans for the city and for the county.
There will be. There's lots of going on, and so we're really hoping that the city and the community and the county really get behind us, the citizens. We will be doing some fundraising. We'll be talking to some businesses. The city and county have been a great partner, of course, celebrating their history. And so we will be looking for some fundraising. So we may see some items on the website you can get involved with. Okay. You may be asked personally. And so I do encourage you to kind of stay updated on what's going on. And if you can contribute and participate in the events that we have, that would be great.
All right. So we're checking all this out. Now, Fuller, I know you're being the artist that you are. You were interested in the logo.
I was. I know I saw the release of the logo. Just, was curious to let's talk a little bit about the logo and how it came to be and maybe the thought behind it. With
Absolutely.
It
no, absolutely. There was a lot of thought and comment behind it. We had meetings set up where we kind of talked about what we wanted it to represent, how it was going to represent the community. So the logo itself, it's got 200 and it says Jackson, Madison County, Bicentennial, of course. But what it was, our whole theme this whole year is a new century of connection. So our whole theme is about connecting the past, the future. So when you start looking at different images, if you even Google the Forked Deer River, there were some bridge images you could find over the Forked Deer River, which has been a big history of ours. Part of our community, how people, came to this area. Early settlers came to this area through bottom boats from the Forked Deer River. So it kind of represents the bridges over that. It represents kind of the lifeline, the different avenues you get here. Talking about biking, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, wildlife, everything that has to do with connecting in the waterways. The bridge also represents kind of the history in the county through the transportation hub. Bridges is a meeting of connection. So that's one thing. It connects people from all over. Their boat, train, anything else. And we're also very aspect of trains in our community. And then finally, it really represents just a connection. Y'all may have heard the tagline, Connect Here. We've used that quite a bit in the city and county throughout the recent years. So it kind of goes back to that whole new century of connection, how we're connecting together. And that's what it represents.
Leanne Bentley with us, and once again, the Bicentennial Commission, the work's underway, has been for weeks, yes. But the activities will start in August and go until next August. And so there'll be all kinds of events and monthly themes. And Leanne, one thing that's interesting, there are all these events putting together themes or ways to tell the story of Madison County and all of its different communities and segments and everything else is kind of a daunting task in a way to weave. Because some people, an education background, or like in our work, it's utility development, which tells the story of a community in a different way. But everybody's got a story out there.
Everybody has a story, and we're all coming together because it's our story, it's our history, 200 years of history. So there's quite a lot to come together, and that's why we do want the full community's input. We do want people to participate from all areas, and not just Madison County. This is also things for tourism. This is to get people here to get excited about what's happening here in West Tennessee, and then have our 200-year history from that.
Yeah. And as we were reminded with the Pinson Mounds and other things, there were people here long before we were.
Long before we were.
Exactly that were
Absolutely.
magnificent engineers, and so.
Absolutely.
So it's a great story. Well, Leanne, thanks. I take it we'll be visiting with each other frequently over the next
I hope so. Thank you for having us here, and we appreciate all y'all's participation and excitement, enthusiasm for the commission and for the project that'll be going on for next year.
Fired up about it. We'll be doing more with TV6 to help accentuate the 200th year celebration of Jackson and Madison.
Great opportunity.
Thanks a lot, Leanne.
Thank you, guys. You'll have a great day.
Good to see
We will be right back with more as we continue this Six in the City.
When I heard the word leukemia, I was terrified.
Thanks. Right here in West Tennessee, people are fighting for their lives.
Even though they're taking chemotherapy and they got a long road ahead, if they can maintain their smile and their energy, it makes it a whole lot easier.
That's why platelets are so vital. Wendy's blessed. Her son survived.
There's only one place to get platelets, and that's from people like you. Please give.
Doing what's never been done. The American Public Power Association includes over 2,000 local public utility systems. Over 15 years, the APPA has presented RP3 awards, recognizing system reliability, safety, workforce development, and improvement. JA in 2020 not only received the top-level Diamond RP3 award, it was presented to JA for the 7th time. No utility has been so recognized. Honored public power, another part of JEA today.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to 60s. Don't be so surprised that they let me on a pickleball court now.
Well, I mean, you've been talking about
Yeah, well-
going to these runs for a long time, and then now you're telling me you play you
Well,
try
I
pickleball.
actually got on a pickleball court the other day and played a couple of hours and did not fall out.
Well, then I'm impressed. That's great.
It's the start of a whole new life. Speaking of sports, TSSAA State Boys Basketball Championship games are this coming Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock, right here exclusively at E+ TV6. We hope to have some West Tennessee teams in those games coming up this weekend. And we got some tournaments coming up at the Sportsplex.
We've got the Sarah Beth Whitehead Memorial High School Softball Tournament by Collision Specialists. It starts the 17th through the 20th. And then also the March Madness USSSA Baseball, AA only, by Collision Specialist is going on the 19th through the 21st at the Sportsplex. So you can check those out and get you some softball, get you some baseball, get you some basketball, any kind of sport.
It's that time of year. The Jackson General are opening the ballpark. Lane College is going to play the remainder of their home baseball games there. So they got Christian Brothers and Xavier and some others coming into the city, which is always exciting. They beat Eastern Kentucky, I think 4 games this past weekend, and some high school games.
Oh, wow.
Liberty and let's see who Madison, I think, are playing Monday at the ballpark.
Okay.
And so check the schedule. There's activity out there. And then what else did you say, Thomas? We got something else going.
The Go Red for Women.
Go Red for Women.
Next
Thursday, and that's going to be on E+ TV6. Madison County Commission met today, and that's going to be replayed. And we did mention the health department today announced that if you're 55 and above, you can get a vaccination schedule at the health department. And they're also opening it up to communication workers and others. But that's a big change as we continue to spread the vaccine availability here. We had no new cases one day this week, which was good news.
That's something great to hear.
And
no news.
Janet Wilbanks and Ronnie Wilbanks, we are still thinking of you.
Right.
And we miss you and appreciate you. And
continue prayers for your family.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let this man close out. It's good to see you, Fuller.
It's good to see you too,
See you next week. Good Lord willing for more 6 in the City, closing out with Mr. Dylan Crabb.
It's 2 a.m. and I'm all alone. I can't get you to pick up your phone now. I've been in a bad way since the sun went down. I just saw a man fall to pieces. Didn't seem like he had a reason. I cried when I realized I was looking in the mirror. And I know this might be a bad time, but I swear it'll be the last time. 'Cause it's 2 a.m., you're still running around, and I know you don't give a damn about my name when it shows up on your phone. Oh, I just wanna be where you are, and you probably left it in your car, 'cause you didn't wanna break my heart. And I know this might be a bad time, but I swear it'll be the last time. You always knew I wasn't perfect. I called to let you know I tried to be the man you love in your dreams. But I was just a nightmare in disguise. It's 2 a.m. and the clock won't move. I've had it up to here with you. I wanna throw my phone out the window, I thought I'd take a ride to clear my head, but I ended up in this empty parking lot, wishing I was dead. I'll give you one more ring, and I know this might be a bad time, but I swear it'll be the last time. You always knew I wasn't perfect. I called to let you know I tried.